Well, good morning and afternoon to everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying their new year so far, and is excited like I am to see what we have in store from Team Achieve. Like Coach said, my name is Karen Akins, and I'm a proud member of Team Achieve. And just to give y'all a little background, Team Achieve is where we get exposed and educated about opportunities to build passive income that will be generation changing wealth, all while being mindful to how to be kind and good to humanity. Let me just ask everybody, if you can, mute your mics so we don't have a whole lot of interference. Just everybody, if they can, appreciate it. And so, just to get back, just about Team Achieve and just what its goals are and its purpose is to really to bring us opportunities that most of us are not aware of, to give us a seat at the table before the table's even set. And that's what Team Achieve really is doing. And I couldn't think of a better leader to ignite the fire in us and lead us into this new opportunities and new territories than Coach Rashid. Most of us know Coach Rashid is a certified personal development coach who is passionate about helping people achieve their goals and helping them develop strategies that will get them to the next level. And again, help them generate, and they'll also not just help our generation, but help our future generation. So let's grab our pen and our paper, parenthetically speaking, and get ready to get ignited to the future. Let's put your hands together or put fire emojis into the chat and say, let's go, Coach. We can't wait to hear what you've been given, what you've been thinking about, what the vision you have to lead us into this next season. So thank you, Coach, and we appreciate and look forward to hearing everything you have to say, as well as our guests.
Whoop, whoop. That's what I'm talking about. Look, y'all need to give it up for Karen. Man, Karen she's been putting it down. Y'all just don't know. Karen has come into the group and she has really leveled up and been an inspiration to really all of us. That's been, like I said, with Team Achieve as well as the Leverage Show. And I'm gonna tell you, what you're about to hear right now, we're gonna go ahead and just transfer that right into the power and the vision of somebody that I totally respect, had a great opportunity to meet with and was invited to our recent event called the CORE4 Mastermind Summit. So without going into a whole lot of stuff, he's going to break it down for you. Like I said, nothing but respect for you. Coach Brandon Adams is here to enlighten us on what a lot of us been talking about, but you just really didn't know how amazing this is. But this is going to launch 2024. Coach Brandon Adams, the floor is yours, sir.
Man, thank you. I'm excited to be here. This is my first conference since for the new year. So just to be with you and to talk with your community is thank you. Thank you very much. CORE4 has been one of the most exciting things that I've done in my career. And to be able to present it and talk about where we're headed and the enthusiasm from our team, the enthusiasm from the community, it's just been incredible. And quite honestly, I'm under the weather and I'm still like excited, like just, it's crazy. So I'm going to talk to you guys. You guys are going to be the first to see the presentation for CORE4. CORE4 is really about helping us to understand how to get from where we are to where we want to be in this world and aligning ourselves with really quality people that we can trust, is transparent, that is really on a similar journey. And a lot of us have not realized this, but if you're working a 9-to-5, if you don't have the type of financial resources that you want to have in this world, you've been scammed. I mean, we could say, oh, we got scammed with Novatech and we got scammed with all the rest of the stuff. But just the fact that you can see that there are people in this world that don't even understand what a 9-to-5 is, but they make a significant income. And it's because of the way that they were educated. It's because of the resources they had, the people, the timing, all the rest of the stuff. And some people were born into it. Some people got like lucky and met somebody and they kind of took them in. And even for me, I'm a former basketball player. I played for Miami. A lot of things that I did get exposed to, but there's so many things that I didn't. So I use CORE4 to basically be the connector to fill in all of the gaps that I was missing so that I can say that I won't have regret. Somebody said that, you know, the the cost of success for what you guys have to put into it. Some people don't want to pay that cost, but wait till you get the bill for regret. And I don't want anybody that's on this call to feel like they weren't exposed, that they weren't given the opportunity. You're going to see this year, I was talking to a good friend of mine. I said, how many different platforms and projects do you get exposed to? He said, I get exposed to 3 to 5 new projects and platforms daily. And it's like scams. Just, you know that it's going to go away. And the idea is hopefully to last for 2 months, hopefully to last for 3 months or whatever else. But we got to get away from that. So Core4 basically gives you all of the elements and then some. So let me just go ahead really quickly here. I don't want to take too much of any of you guys' time. And let's talk a little bit about what is Core4. And let me see. So Core4 is a roadmap that solves the critical wealth problem by providing education, coaching, and leadership to give direction to anyone ready to change their financial destination. And there's a lot to every single word that we put in this, but this was our event. And I'm just so proud to see, like, in reflection, just almost pinching myself, this team of people that were at our event to support this idea, this movement is incredible. And if you weren't at that event, there's another one coming up in June, because you want to be around like-minded people. As a coach, you know, you can't practice by yourself and really think you're going to be ready for anything that the team needs. And so you do have to have some individual work so that when you do come together as a team, it works. And so we help you to navigate that, and to see all of these leaders that's on this flyer. It's just crazy. So a little bit about me, you know, like I said, I played for Miami, but I've lost a lot of money in the space. I got super excited. You know, somebody was like, man, I'm making all this money in Hyperverse or Hyperfund at the time. And I was like, oh, okay, what is that? And so eventually I got up to like $1,000 a day, and I was taking it out, and I thought, oh man, this is going to be great. And I really didn't understand how temporal this space was at the time. Then I got involved in Novatech, and Novatech, I was making like 15,000 a week. And I'm thinking, okay, well, they figured it out. Still not knowing that, you know, I was dumping more and more money in hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I brought in 35 million into Novatech. I brought in 15 million into Hyperverse. I brought in least 10 million into funds, you know, and I'm believing these narratives without really having a basis of real accurate due diligence. And I was existing in hope. And so I decided to stop that. And as a coach of, you know, professional athletes, as a coach of collegiate athletes on the basketball side, I said, what are the skill sets and the things that I ask them to do? And I came up with the Core4 coefficient, which you guys will see. I came up with the Core4 true return and the Core4 quadrant. And this way we can actually have legitimate due diligence and understand how we can leverage into any opportunity. It doesn't matter whether it's, you know, something crypto related, it doesn't matter if it's a real estate deal, you know, just you have to have some way of communicating. So our planning. So Core4 is everyone. And so this is my phenomenal wife, who's actually calling me on the phone now. She's calling me right here. Sonia, some of you guys have met Sonia already. This is India Bradford, and this is my core team. And so I wouldn't be able to do this without them, but I tell everybody that we all are Core4. It's not just me that's Core4. It's not just my wife that's Core4. It's not just Sonia or India. It's all of us. And I want all of us to feel that level of pride and excitement for the direction that we're headed, because when one of us wins, we all win. And that's because the path that Core4 has us on is one that's duplicatable for all of us. We just have to be willing to put in the work. And that work looks like mindset. We have to change our mindset, understand what mindset is all about. We also have to understand that our 9 to 5, like we were talking about before, our day job, and my wife is coming in right now. So if you guys hear her, you guys can all say hello. But 9 to 5 is really what I want to help all of us to eliminate. And then understanding that there's investing, and you can go through UBS, you can go through Charles Schwab, but we have some incredible investing opportunities as well. And then retirement. Our 401ks don't work. You have to dollar average into your 401k just to see it grow. And then they make excuses all the time. So why is it that we're so focused on the 401k? Is because we haven't been exposed to anything else.
Correct.
So short-term, active, and passive opportunities. Active is where you're doing the work to generate the money. Passive is where somebody else is doing the work. And so you're giving custody of your money to someone else. So you have the opportunity to do that. And in 30 to 180 day cycles is what we look for in cash flow. And we have Forex opportunities. I mean, I'm excited to tell you guys that on the Forex side, we have a team of people that we just have been working with for the last, actually, what is it now, 10 years. But they've come to CORE4, and they're actually our analyst to provide us. They got over 40,000 pips last year. And you guys are going to be able to actually, if you follow the signals, you guys will be able to actually follow and get 40,000 plus pips. I mean, they average 40,000 pips a year. And so they're now CORE4. Binary options, yield farming, we have crypto investing, we have PAM investments, we have stocks. We don't do Ponzi's. CORE4 does not support or endorse Ponzi's. We don't say anything negative about Ponzi's and what people are doing, but we just let you know that it doesn't fit for us. So we have long-term active and passive as well. And so that is basically the same, but now we also add in stocks, mortgage-backed securities, mergers and acquisitions, gold and silver, real estate, art, and more. So corporate structure. So we let everybody know that there are financial instruments. So when you deal with corporate structure, we want to make sure that you guys understand that the money that you're bringing in from all of these wonderful investments that CORE4 is going to help you with, you want to bring it into a business so that you can actually understand how to write it off and separate your income from your Social Security number. And so these business credit lines that we want to help you to build is so that you're using other people's money and not your own. And so we give you guys a plan of action, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we have insurance. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys know who James Bishop is, but James is, not only does he have his master's in economics, but he's also getting his doctorate in economics. And so when you have, how do I say this? When you have people who are like dedicated and super intelligent and doing the work that you can get your insurance policies from, like you can't, he's the Michael Jordan of insurance. I mean, hopefully there's nobody on here that I'm offending, but you ask him a question and you guys will get a chance to meet him tomorrow as well. But just to understand what is capable is fantastic. Like there's just so much that you guys are going to be able to experience with CORE4. So I don't want to just say too much. But anyway, so we have corporate strategy. We have private trust, family trust, private foundations, learning how to use these so that you pay the appropriate taxes and not the rack rate. Uncle Sam wants you to pay the rack rate. So they want you to put everything in your Social Security number, attach it to your 1099 and attach it to your W-4s and all the rest of the stuff, W-2s. And so we're And so we have the resources that have been vetted to put you guys in a position where you'll learn and be educated on the right way to structure your companies so that you'll pay the appropriate taxes. The next thing, I tell everybody on my basketball, you want to become a subject matter expert, be the best version of yourself, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. I do that every single day. And it's why I'm where I am. And so this secret is available for all of us. And so we might say, oh, yeah, well, I want to hire the best lawyer. Absolutely, you do. That's a part of understanding how you can be the best version of yourself. That's a part of you understanding how to surround yourself with people who inspire you. But you may be a subject matter expert in your business, but the legal matter related to it, that's where you need the best lawyer. So that's how you surround yourself. But until you actually are these three things, are doing these three things, then you're not really going to attract the momentum that you're looking for to be successful. Because just because you have $1 million doesn't make you a millionaire. So my job is to help you to understand the journey that I'm on to maintain millions. And so you guys can ask questions, learn, and also duplicate the exact same things that we're doing here at CORE4. So how do you get involved? So we have CORE4 Ventures. We have the CORE4 Show. We have CORE4 Community, social media. We also have our live events. So with CORE4 Ventures, it's not out yet, so you can't go to the website, but it's being built now. And that's actually an interactive educational website. So the general membership is $120 a month. And so for that $120, you basically get the opportunity to make money just on the memberships as more people come in and get educated. And so it's a unilevel 5-level deep with rank up bonus and global bonuses. You also get the access to professional team and personal coaching. And so what that means is we actually have analysts, and these analysts, okay, ask Brandon to do it. That's my daughter. I have 4 kids. So you have personal coaching and these analysts. And the analysts actually are very interesting because you get to follow their journey. And we have analysts that are getting 2%, 3% a day, where you're actually actively trading with them. And you can choose to take the trades when they take the trades themselves. And so there's some predictability of success. So if you were to take, for example, the binary options, if you follow the plan and decide to take that particular course, you will actually be able to do probably close to, on a $10,000 investment, probably close to 100 grand. If you were to do the Forex, if you know anything about Forex, think about it. 40,000 pips a year. What can you do with that? Just following that system. So we give you these things and we give it to you at a discount. So for example, the Forex $30 a month to have average 4, and you get to pay $30 a month for that. You'd pay more than that if you weren't a member of CORE4. So the discounts that we're giving you are to help you to really see that we're not out here trying to do anything more than to put you guys in a position where you will be successful.
Hey,
So,
Brandon, real quick. Yeah, it cut out a little bit right there when you were giving an example of how much you could possibly make.
Okay, with the Forex. Mm-hmm. Yep. So with the Forex, you're looking at 40,000 pips. So a year minimum. So you figure if you put $1 per pip, you're looking at 40,000. $10 per pip, you're looking at 400,000. $100 a pip, you're looking at 4 million. Like it's just mathematical. And when you go upon averages, and we have like 4 analysts that are looking at the best strategies, we call it MS3. It's a multi-strategy signal service that we're offering. And then we also offer a snipe service, which is getting 50 pips using defined risk 2-to-1. I don't want to go deep into it, but you know, it's mathematical. And that's what I want us to get to, where you're in custody of your money. You don't have to give somebody else your money to get amazing returns and get compounding opportunities. There's no guarantees in life. I'm not giving you guys any guarantees, But I'm telling you, you're in control. When you get behind the wheel, there's no guarantee. God bless us all to get to where we want to go, but we accept that risk. And this is the same thing, but at least just like driving a car where you're behind the wheel in control, that's what we're giving you the opportunity to do here. So we have the CORE4 show. It's Sunday nights, 8:30 to 9. It's 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. And it's a comprehensive. You guys are going to get a chance to get a an update on the economy. You guys are going to get a market watch. You guys are going to get a chance to meet the analyst. You guys are going to get a chance to have what we call game time, where we're going to have interviews with amazing guests and just talk about financial freedom and testimonies from our community. We also have accountability. You get the CORE4 replay, where I just talked to you about the future events that are coming up. And then obviously CORE4 Ventures. Right now we're in what's called a pre-launch. And by the way, anybody on here that has already decided to do the pre-launch, you guys get a 3-day night, 2 nights, 3 days in Orlando for $99. And if you go to the, they got a little hour presentation at the resort, they'll give you $100. So it's free, just for being a part of the pre-launch, as my way of saying thank you. So we're trying to do everything we possibly can to help you guys understand that we are on your team. So every day we have what's called core formation. So Monday through Friday, we're going to be giving you guys transformational opportunities from a coaching perspective, from different business and sports outlooks. I mean, I've trained NBA, WNBA, college players. There's a mindset that they have. And as a trainer, I have to have a certain mindset and help them tap into that. Otherwise, they don't have a job. But that same skill set that I'm trying to, or that I'm deploying with them, is the same skill set that we need in business and changing our lives. So the core formation, which is Monday through Friday, you guys will be able to get that. If you guys are part of the YouTube channel, I don't know how to, I can actually send it to you. You can send it out to the group, coach. But that's every day that we're going to be giving that to you. And then you'll be asked to do certain things, health, wealth, and also for your business. And then on the CORE4 show every week, you know, if there's a testimony to the fact that you've achieved it, you'll be able to get on and talk to us about your growth. I mean, you can't grow and look at this as, okay, it's going to be overnight. We've got to grow and develop little chunks at a time. You don't take one medicine and just take it and now you're fixed. You don't take one, if you're lifting weights, just one, get pumped, and then you're super big. It happens over time. And so what we want you to understand that, and we take little chunks at this so that when we see where we are today to where we are June 28th at our event in Maryland or DC or Virginia, wherever it's going to be, you guys will see that, you know, you're just different people. And that's what is going to take for us to get to that next level. So what is the CORE4 coefficient? So we talk about how is it that we're going to change the way we choose to invest, and what is due diligence? So we have a trust factor. And so when I talk to you guys about custody of your funds, this is the general coefficient. We also have a weighted complex coefficient that I do not introduce until you guys are actually members of CORE4. But what this is to help us to understand that when you have custody of the funds, you give it a 1. If you don't, it's a 0. If you have custody, I'm sorry, not custody. If you're in the United States, it's a 1. If it's abroad, it's a 0. Are there testimonials? If not, it's a 0. Is there a narrative that makes sense? That's a 1. If not, it's a 0. Has it been around 3.5 years or more? If not, then it's a 0. Is there true customer service? If not, it's a 0. Is there immediate withdrawal opportunities? That's a 1. If not, that's a 0. Is it licensed? If not, it's a 0. Is it public? If it's private, it's a 0. Is there proof of revenue? And if there's not, then it's a 0. And so you take that, add all of that up, divide it by 10, and that gives you your coefficient. And what that means is that now you have an idea of where the risk factor is. So if something is a 0.9, you're going to trust it better than if it's a 0.1. And so what is the CORE4 true return? You take whatever the promoted average monthly return is. So let's say it's 20%. And then you then take the coefficient and you multiply that into it. So if the multiple is, say, 0.5 because it's gotten 5 ones, then now you would say that the true risk and the true return is 10% a month and not 20% a month. And this now you can take another project and say, all right, well, this project might be a 0.9, but it's at a 15% return per month. And so now you know that the true return of that might be whatever that is, 13.5, whatever percent. And so now you can say, well, I'd rather be in a true return that's giving me 13.5% versus 10%, even though it's promoting 20% and the other one's promoting 15%. And when you start to calculate this and understand, wow, I can sleep at night a lot better because I know that I'm in a particular project that actually has a chance to be around, stay. I'm not playing around with my money and just, at a casino, just throwing it on the table. So how does that look? So we have what's called the CORE4 quadrant. So now that you have your CORE4 coefficient, how much do I leverage in a particular project? So what we say is that, let's say, for example, we go with the monthly of 20%. You come down here where it says how to plot the quadrant. And from low return to high return, you divide that 20% by 4. So now you're at a 5. But then, like we talked about earlier, we said that let's say a project is a 0.5. You come down here from low risk to high risk, and you come over to 5, and you see it's a 1 or a 2. So now you would come here and you would see that same opportunity that's a 5 over here, and in low risk to high risk, you would come over here, and now you would be able to plot that. And when you plot it from low risk to high risk, oh, no, so where is that? Let me see here. So if it is if it's a 1, it's a 5, right? So, or is it it's a 5. There it is. So it's a 3. So now you got a 5 and then you got a 3. So now you're right here in the middle. So what does that tell you? Well, I put that as a CORE2. That means 10% of my investment capital. If I have 10,000, the max I'm going to put in is 10%. I'll put $1,000 in. And then if I have something that might provide a high return, but let's say it's a 0.7, now it would be over here as a low risk. I'm going to be able to comfortably put up to 80%. That would be the maximum that I would put in there. And so we look to put CORE4, we look to make sure that we can put as much of whatever we need to into a CORE4 investment opportunity. Doesn't mean the CORE2s don't happen, doesn't mean the CORE1s, doesn't mean the CORE3. It just means that if we're going to do this, we need to understand how much leverage we're going to put into a particular project. So finally, I just want to thank all of you guys. Remember that you guys are all CORE4. I will see you at the top. If anybody wants to be a part of the YouTube channel, Coach Rashid, please, your community is our community, and we're working together. I want to see everybody great. So use this stuff here to make good quality decisions in 2024. I apologize that I'm a little under the weather. I have to go teach a basketball course now. But if there are any questions, just please get with Coach, and he'll get with me, and I'll get the questions answered immediately. I'm here to serve you guys, and I love you whether you like it or not. Thank you all.
All right. Hey, awesome, 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 man. That's amazing. Um, look, if we can give it up, give it up. I mean, we can drop it in the chat. Give us some fire, man. Give us some fire. Give us some hands. Give us some, give us some energy. I know it'd be great if we were all sitting around in a room together, wouldn't it be? That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. That was, I mean, just packed, man, packed with information. There will be other events, obviously, that we're going to be able to hear more about that. But we do highly recommend that you take advantage. One, get into the YouTube channel. That's going to be kind of a step one. In addition to that, get that on your calendar every Sunday. You have a download literally of the experts that are behind the CORE4 project, the ones that are doing the trading, the consulting, the coaches, everything that he talked about. These are the type of things that we want in this space: accountability, and really some transparency. So I mean, I'm just excited to have that as a staple, literally, for what we're doing here in this space. So look, without further ado, I want to talk a little bit about really some current events, things. How are things going in this space, right? Because like I said, we got other speakers coming on today. We got some fantastic information to roll out to you. So look, I'm not gonna delay that. Look, for those that are monitoring the chat, monitoring the room, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Definitely need you to stay on that because I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and it goes dark when I share my screen, so I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So I thank you for having my back on that. All right, so let's get this rocking. Right now, I would, while I'm getting this pulled up, does anybody have, I mean, do we see any questions or any comments in the chat? I know there's been a couple of questions while he was speaking, so I'm sure there may be others that might have some questions that we can quickly answer, and then we're going to just, like I said, dive right on in.
I think one quick question, Coach, this is Karen, is the pre-launch still going on with the CORE4?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question. Is Brandon still on? I don't know. He's probably gone. That's a good question. You know what? I should have asked that. I know it's supposed to launch March, so my assumption that it is still on. But I tell you what, tomorrow we are, he's hosting a call tomorrow, and so we can definitely get that posted up. I will, you know what? I will shoot him a message real quick and just ask that quick question. Let me do that. Yeah, I should have asked that, man. Okay. All right. So I'll keep that open. So when I get a reply, I will definitely get that posted up. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. No more questions, comments, anything in the chat? Anybody see anything in the chat? I don't have it up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull up my screen here. But let me know if there's something that we need to address. All good. All good. I'm so thrilled. Thank you all. Like, really, thank you all for being here today. I know some people had some challenges with the registration. I'm gonna tell you, I have never, when I say never, I have never had a great experience trying to set up a Zoom, any type of live stream. There's always like some little thing that I'm like, you know what, I could have done that better. So I take that hit. If it was something that was, just challenging or something weird going on, yes, it's on me. I should have done something a little different, and I know what I could have done differently. So if there was some challenges for you, I definitely apologize, but thank you for, fighting through and making it happen. Look, welcome to my good friend Keith. Keith is here holding it down as well. We have everybody, and like I said, from Team Achieve and those that are connected with them through some form or fashion. I can't see everybody. I just see a few people pop up on the screen over here to the right. So believe me, throughout the day, I'm going to make sure I normally touch on everybody, because I want you to know I see you and I appreciate you personally, like personally. So believe me, if you don't hear your name up front, believe me, somewhere throughout the day, I'm gonna tap on you. I think my cousin is here as well, ex-NFL player, PJ. PJ, I think he's in the house. He just had a mishap recently, so he's not feeling too well. But I did tap him and say, hey, man, if you're just laying in the bed, you might as well jump on the call. And so just to see him gives me, you know, just a whole nother level of energy to make this happen for our community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody and everybody out there, look, if you're not well, if you're feeling under the weather and you showed up anyway, that's what it takes to make it to the next level. Today, we're going to talk about ready, set, grow, ignite your fire. And that's what we're here to do. We want to make sure that you're not just hanging out in 2024 and you're thinking about 2023. No, 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 no. We're thinking about what's happening in 2024. We want to get you going. We want to get your juices flowing. We want the energy to be at a whole nother level through this Zoom platform. And so my theme of this year is no more in 2024. No more in 2024. This was 2023. I just want to remind you guys that we didn't just start last night. Just so you know, July 12, 2023. This was our first Team Achieve Prosperity Club meeting. And it was off the chain. I'm going to tell you, LAMBODREW came in there and blew it up. So you know he's here today. Just so y'all know. My man BOJ, I invited him out as well. You know, BOJ is so busy. Y'all, I think everybody knows. He's probably doing about 10 interviews and 10 videos right now. But that's all right. You know what? He's my brother. I invited him. Hopefully he'll come by and say a few words. My man Terrence Pounds in the house. Look, I met Terrence Pounds over at the event in DC. And so I definitely invited him. I got a story for y'all with Terrence Pounds, by the way, because after the event and after our Team Achieve Mastermind we did with Tracy was there, Jackie was there, Keith was in the house, Marcia was there. Marcia, she took time away from another event to come on out to the DC event because she really wanted to make it happen and level up and get that energy to where it needs to be. So I'm very grateful for people that do that. IC was in the house, and that's when I first met Maurice, my man, holding it down. I'm telling you, man, look, Maurice stepped in he came on the scene, and I'm gonna tell you, I was at the airport. I'm trying to just cool out, chilling, like I had a rough 2 weeks. He was like, yo, let's talk, man. I got stuff on my mind. And that's the energy that we need. That's what Team Achieve is about, is that good energy, right? And so we're not just here just chilling, sitting in the background. When we say passive income, it's not about sitting on the seat, propping your feet up, going to sleep and not waking up. No, it's about wake up. You see this brain? This is AI, right? Anytime you see this brain, you're talking about artificial intelligence. I'm talking about anticipated intelligence. Why? Because what's coming next? This is the segment about what's coming next. We're not sitting around waiting for something to happen. We're here to make it happen, right? So I heard a statement once upon a time that said, I forget who said it though. They were like, in order to predict the future, you have to create it. But how do you create it? That's what we're going to talk about right now. No more in 2024. This is about knowing more in 2024. So when I talk about knowing more, it's all about knowledge. Knowledge. You know what? I'm going to tell you, we're going to do something very interesting here. And I'm going to ask you to type it in the chat when I get to that point. But right now, I just want to give you some education just about a few things that are just popping up. There's so much happening in this crypto space. There's so much happening in the alternative income space, if you will. So I'm going to ask two questions. I'm going to start off with this first question. When you see the term God candle, no, I didn't make that term up. I wouldn't use that term. But if you see that term in this space, not in this space, what does that mean to you? If somebody knows what that is, you will get a reward. Drop that in the chat. Let me know what your response is if you hear that term. Now, if you hear the term $100,000 God candle in play, tell me what you think that means for Bitcoin. All right? I know that by itself is mind-blowing, but I'm just throwing it out there. And there's an award on deck for that. All right? So I'm going to move on because I don't want to stay on this too long. I really didn't plan on doing this but a few minutes, and then we're going to kick off some, man. If Bitcoin can repeat its past increase of almost 2,000% from before the halving lows of 3,000 to after the halving all-time high of 69,000, a price target of 320,000 seems achievable. Now, look at me. I'm going to just tell you straight up. I don't personally believe Bitcoin's going to 300,000. That's just me. I could be wrong, but I just can't see it. You know, my vision ain't that deep. But somebody thinks so. Somebody, you just don't know the numbers that some of these people put out there. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. One, if you know what God candle is, drop it in the chat. Analysts like Max Kaiser, if you don't know Max Kaiser, I've watched him a few times. He's an interesting character, by the way. And others see other potential triggers. All right, we're getting there now. Triggers for further price hikes, including the anticipation of the ETF approvals, which I don't want to talk about that, but we'll hit on it a little bit. And the rumored QSWF $500 million investment. If you can tell me the two factors that are pushing the numbers that they're talking about, the $100,000 God candle and that $320,000 price tag for Bitcoin, if you can tell me those two factors, right, that's pushing that and what you believe a God candle is, got a reward for you. Now, I haven't seen the chat, haven't looked at it. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds and then boom. All right, seconds is up. I see about 2 or 3 numbers have changed on the chat. Oh, there's more numbers changing. Oh my God. All right, Keith, help me out. Did we get any replies?
Yes, we did.
All right, what we got?
Let's see. The first one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody know what
Tara said? Tara said that a candle that makes a big move using coin.
So okay, so somebody says when it that means it makes a big move in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Okay. Okay.
Yep, Diane says a vertical straight up line to 100,000.
Very close, very close. Okay.
Maurice says a massive green candle that uses propelled Bitcoin towards a new all-time high with divine force.
Oh my goodness, looks like we have somebody that's really on it today. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
We got Victor who says God candle is a massive green candle, meaning a paradoxical positive move.
All right, somebody's researching. I see. Okay. Google University. It's all good. All right. So anybody?
Let me just read this last one.
Okay.
Ken says, having a God candle changes lives. Changes your life.
Man, he should get it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Wow. That says it all. All right. Wow, man. I didn't see that coming. Okay. Let me open up the chat real quick then. All right. So we got off the top of the dome. So Victor's so funny. 1,000. Okay. Noble, I got you. ET approval and have. Okay, that's okay. That's good. Okay, the ETF. Okay, having a God candle change. Man, that's what's up. It's a green candle meaning parabolic positive move. Big said off the top. Look, man, that's a Google answer, man. Now, hey, you might use parabolic in your everyday language. I don't know. I mean, who am I to say you don't? Like, no problem. I'm good with that. But we're going to go with the first one, obviously, that gave the either the closest or the correct answer. Diane, vertical straight up line to 100,000 for BTC. That is the answer. Like, that is it. So and that's what I understood from the God candle. That, and whoever, you know, in that kind of that industry, there's a sub, you know, industry out there for Bitcoin and some, you know, interesting things they do in the crypto space. And they have all these kind of terms. And I was reading through that, and that's exactly it. One day, they're saying that based on, and there's two events that they're waiting on to happen to push that, like literally within that one day. So they're saying Bitcoin could increase by 100,000 in one day. One day. So that's what that means, right? So a God candle means that 100,000 in one day. Now, it could mean, you know, another number, but in this situation, $100,000 God candle is a one-day increase to 100,000, which is ridiculously high, right? But that's what they say. Now, how would that happen? Two things. All right, so let me go back down just to see if somebody hit it. So we got the ETF and halving, which is a good guess, and I'm sure it has something to do with it, but there's something that's a little closer to that. All right, so here's the two things that, and I gave you some hints, by the way. One is the symbol in the left-hand corner, which is the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. So there's a Saudi Riyal, 100 Riyal, by the way, with the Bitcoin on it. All right, that's a sign. Then we have in the bottom right-hand corner, QSWF, right? So I got one, KSA 1 million, Qatar 500 million. So they're waiting and saying, and El Salvador is another one as well, that there's two people in Saudi Arabia, which has no lack of money, by the way, that are planning to purchase 1 million Bitcoin. Not $1 million worth, 1 million Bitcoin. Now, I think we all know, well, some of us anyway, that there's only, 21 million total? There's a halving process coming. Therefore, the people that actually mine Bitcoin are going to get that reward cut in half. And that's okay because the price obviously is going up. And then the other event is the Qatar, right? Qatar, their sovereign wealth fund, which is kind of like a retirement fund, and an investment fund all in one. They're planning to purchase $500 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, if y'all understand crypto in any form or fashion, somebody has to say, I will sell it for a certain price, and somebody has to buy it. If there is not enough of it to do that, then that transaction doesn't happen. It can't happen, right? There's a maximum amount. There are wallets out there that Bitcoin is sitting in and nobody has claimed them. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't know how they're going to purchase 1 million Bitcoin unless somebody's willing to give up some Bitcoin. Because to mine it, I don't see that happening as well. So that is a massive feat. But if it was able for one entity to purchase 1 million Bitcoin, do you not believe that the market would take that 69,000, well, right now it's about 45,000, to over 100,000 instantly? See what I'm saying? So the effect of it, it's not going to drop. It's going to go through the roof, right? So that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I'm not the analyst. I'm just reading the information. That's all. So just wanted to put that out there because everybody talks about the halving. Everybody's talking about the ETFs. Yes, the ETFs have some effect on it. Why would we talk about ETFs? Let me tell you about Bitcoin or Ethereum ETFs. They are not real Bitcoin. They are not real Ethereum. If you want to take advantage of this market and own actual Bitcoin and Ethereum, then purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum and hold it. Do not purchase it through an ETF. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not giving you investment advice. I'm not even giving you crypto advice. I'm just letting you know that we can all be excited that the institutional world is trying to capture this digital currency explosion. That's great. That's fine for institutional investors because they don't really care what happens behind the scenes. They just want to know that if I put some money in, you want to put it into this Bitcoin ETF because it's safe, because I know that this is the system that I want to work in. And hey, just make sure I get some increase on that. That's all they want. But for retail investors, right, the rest of the world, you're not owning your Bitcoin. Therefore, just like a centralized exchange, that Bitcoin can be here today and gone tomorrow. And you be saying, what happened to my Bitcoin? Didn't I purchase some? Yeah, you purchased it, but they held on to it and then they took it and ran away with it. So those are some whole new conversations that we can have and we will have through the Team Achieve Prosperity Club. But today, I just want to highlight those things because these are topics that are just floating around. And when I was doing some research and I said, whoa, wait a minute. So you're saying that the Prince of Saudi Arabia and one of the top investors are getting together to purchase 1 million Bitcoin? Oh, MicroStrategy, Galaxy Digital, they, the ARK Investments, BlackRock, and they look like they don't even exist with those levels of purchases. Zero compared to that. Now, so since Diane, I got you. Diane, you just won 100 USDT for giving me that answer. I got one more question that I'll give you another shot, people in the room. Which country is becoming or has a foothold to become the gaming capital of the world? Now, yes, this is based on Web3 versus just crypto. Just in case somebody knows that, just some trivia. I'm just throwing it out there. Dubai. Cyprus is a good answer, though. That's a good answer. Dubai is definitely. Just let me say this. Dubai, China has a foothold in another area that's bigger than gaming and probably bigger than crypto. So that's I'm gonna talk about that in a minute about China. Dubai in the region, you're in the region. Dubai is the region. Singapore is a leader in all things blockchain and probably the safest place to really do business when it comes to blockchain and this technology. So excellent answer. That just shows me that you guys know a little bit about all of this space, because this is a huge space, right? I don't know everything and I ain't gonna sit here and act like I do. He said Helsinki. Helsinki? Look, hey, look, I can talk about some Russia and some Ukraine, and yeah, there's some things going on. Vietnam obviously is a massive player. Vietnam has the most actual Bitcoin wallets in the world, next to the US. Saudi Arabia, boom! Man, see, Murph been doing his research. He said, see, Maurice, I do Google University over there. I got you, man. I got you. Saudi Arabia, right? You know why? Why is it Saudi Arabia? Because Saudi Arabia just dropped 30, this is crazy, 38 million to take a massive chunk of one of the top gaming industries in the world. And by the way, Coach Brandon Adams, he did reply, yes. Karen, yes. So make sure we spread the word. You can type it in the chat if you like. Yes. Anybody want to take advantage of the pre-launch, pre-sale, fire, get yourself together in 2024 with the Coach Brandon's CORE4 opportunity. Right now, he said it was $120 a month. Right now, it's $50 right now. So if you can get in now, all you have to do is, whoever invited you, whatever, get with that person, because we got to give you specific details of where to send the funds, and it has to attach to somebody. So it's invitation only. So you just basically, have to have whoever in the email, and we'll get you the information to send that. So for those that are are serious about leveling up, that's a good place to start. All right. But we'll make sure, Keith, make sure, keep me honest, Karen. We got to make sure that we get people the right information on that. But they're going to have to connect with us offline or outside of this forum so we can give them the details, right? So we will definitely get you taken care of on that. But just know, $50 is it. Like, man, that's outstanding. You definitely want to support my man. Like I said, we are out here doing this stuff anyway, and we really want a safe space to do it in. And guess what? As safe as we can make it, right? Because just inherently, online investing, crypto, Forex, any type of, investing with quotes is no, right now it's just $50, right? So just 50, okay? So that's what I'm saying. This is way early, man. This is great. Now, even if it's 50 a month, it's still amazing. So, because here's what I and please don't, I don't want to get into that right now because he could change it. You know what I'm saying? It could be different after today. So don't let me dive into something that I can't answer. So right now, $50. That's what it is. Nothing else is paid, right? Until March. If March comes around, he says, okay, now this is what we determined the price is, then we have to accept that. But right now, it's 50, period. There's no monthly, there's nothing. It's just 50, right? So boom, you can get in the game and take advantage of everything that he talks about with 50. All right, cool. Now you have to put your own deposits in. You have to do your own, amount that you want to trade with and all of that. That's up to you, right? And there's a minimum for that because these are all experts in their own space. He's just, bringing the good people together to provide that service. And so we're getting a discount while, they're providing that service. So yeah. So there's, obviously there's fees involved with that piece of it, but to be part of the membership, to have access to those amazing programs, that's what we're doing. Okay, cool. But yeah, amazing space, amazing what he's doing. And compared to everything out there, I just can't see why not. Okay, so this is where we're at, guys. So Murph, you got me. 100 USD to Murph. You're absolutely correct. I'm trying to find the article real quick, and then I'll just let you guys know where I got that information from. I don't want nobody trying to check me. I just want y'all to know I'm doing my part to bring you some updated information. The Savvy, S-A-V-V-Y, Savvy Gaming Group is where Saudi Arabia purchased. And so Riyadh is where they are, obviously hosting their headquarters. And as you know, it's part of their 2030 vision. And they're trying to get away from, the dependence on oil and gas and, oil and all that kind of stuff, which I don't see that, being an issue for years. But they got a CEO that has 20 years experience of doing this type of thing. He's obviously not from Saudi Arabia, which, that's how they roll. They have compared what they're doing to what, like the Chinese company Tencent. This one is bigger than that. I'm trying to find out where they did 30. I think it was 38 billion or 38 million. It might be 38 billion. So that's why I'm trying to make sure I get the numbers right. All right. All right. So anyway, if somebody wants to, do some research on that, that's cool. But Savvy, S-A-V-V-Y, the Savvy Gaming Group is the Saudi Arabian company has made some big moves, acquiring both esports tournament firms ESL and Faceit in a $1.5 billion deal. By the way, sorry, I gave you. So one of them they did purchase, like I said, the 38 million, but then they came back with both of those. They purchased both of those in January of, is this 2023? 2022. So January 2022, they purchased both for $1.5 billion. Okay, so sorry, I was a little wrong. All right, Maurice, you're so funny, man. All right, cool. So the other ones, like I said, Qatar is in the game too to get that Bitcoin. And they were in talks with El Salvador. If you don't know, El Salvador, they're not doing a ETF on paper. They're doing an ETF and giving you real Bitcoin. So that's something else you can research if you like. And if you want to, purchase some Bitcoin, you might want to find a way to actually own the Bitcoin. All right, so let's take it to, what is that new industry that's leveling up? What is the new industry that you want to focus on? That would be artificial intelligence. So let's just give you a quick highlight of that. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this like I did with that. All I want to do is give you a quick snapshot. Blockchain, crypto, and artificial intelligence. 2024 will be the turning point year, according to David Schwartz, which is Ripple's CTO. So the first person, I know y'all ready for this, huh? The first person tells me what the crypto is that Ripple produces. What is that particular cryptocurrency? And you will get a prize. Bam! Somebody hit it quick, didn't they? Blue sky! All right, I got you. I'll give you 100 XRP. How about that? Deal? Because that was too easy. Everybody should have had that answer. All right, cool. We got you. Keith, are you keeping notes? Because you know me, man. I'll forget, man. I'm bad with that. All right, cool. So according to the prediction of Ripple CTO in 2024, we should witness a true bloom of technology with artificial intelligence. What does that mean? Because of things like computer security and financial services, AI is really on point for things like that, right? I literally do a lot of research about emerging technologies and looking at what's here today, what's coming tomorrow, and how can we set ourselves up for success in the future, not only on my own, but I do it for my primary job as well. So therefore, I do this anyway. So I love this stuff. The executive of Ripple believes that this connection will transform the market trajectory by providing accurate insights in automated crypto trading. Earlier, I wanted you guys to know that even though AI is really set up and it's been working very well in the crypto trading space, we really know that in 2023, the AI and the bots, that was like, you would have a bot running every day, everywhere. If you had a program today and then it went up, went down, tomorrow you got another AI bot running, next day you got another AI bot. So I think we all know that AI in the crypto trading space has been dominant, right? Hasn't been good for most part, but it's been dominant. Now, it was good for, I'm going to throw this out there because I'm not really talking about programs, but I'll just throw this out there just because. Dare I say, Kuopi, yes, I said it. I know the way to start the day, huh? It did use a bot, and it still uses bots, and it's ran for over a year, right? So we can't say the bot always was a bad deal. Now, I'm not getting into the conversation about Kuopi. That's not what we're doing today. But we know that Kuopi might be the first comeback kid for the crypto space as a trading platform. Some people say it's already back. I don't know. I haven't even looked today. So if it is, great. Let's make it happen. It'll definitely be one of the first. The second one that's coming back, just so you guys know, I don't want you to miss out on this, but I'm just putting it out there. One that's been running longer than Kuopi is Fusion Experience. Just so you know, because some people are missing that a whole lot. But we're going to talk about that later. And yes, they are running a bot. So the crypto trading space with AI behind it has been prevalent in 2023. And guess what? In 2022, November 2022, Fusion did start a bot, and it is still performing to this day. So that's longer than Kuopi, and it has been producing and continues to produce. And we will definitely talk about that today. All right. Now, last month, Cardano. I think ADA is I think a lot of people, there's some Cardano and XRP fans that are just diehard fans out there in this world. I'm not really attached to any one of them, but for those that are, one of the most important layer 1 projects in the crypto sector merged artificial intelligence and blockchain in its ecosystem through the launch of the Girolamo, a generative chatbot enabled for the internet. So there's another example of that. Now, what really I believe is one of the most potent things that AI, blockchain, and Web3, and a lot of things in between are bringing to fruition is the tokenization of real-world assets, the RWA, real-world assets. This is on the rise, and definitely something that you want to pay attention to, because one of the leaders in this particular space is the Sapphire Group with what we know today as Neo-Zen Tech, right, on the Zenic blockchain. Asset tokenization is a common practice already in the Swiss financial market, right? So this is not a concept. These guys are actually doing it on a daily basis with normal stuff that we used to do offline or outside of the digital world. Now they're doing it in the digital world as a matter of course, right? So digital currency, digital operations, this is happening today. The same tokenization operation can be conducted with other types of real world assets, like vintage cars, wine collections, various works of art, watches, all these kind of things that if you go to a auction and you're trying to, you know, set yourself up for purchasing a $1 million piece of art, you're like, man, I must be in the wrong place. No problem. Guess what? Tokenization has changed the game. How can an average investor bet on a Picasso, Precious Nectar, which is weird, a Patek Philippe watch, that is, and a private jet? I know. Wow. So they wanted to make sure you understood. This is not your everyday purchase. These are things that most people are like, yeah, okay, $1 million plus, right? Patek Philippe watch, that'll set you back, you know, 80,000, right? So through this asset tokenization operation, the asset is digitally divided into small fractions of equal value. So now people that understand the REITs, REITs, right? That's not digital, but it's a real world thing. Guess what? Now it's digital, right? So now you can take your crypto through an actual system that's set up, and you can actually participate in the purchase of some of these things that you probably would never have imagined you could do. So this is just another level of the AI and the combination of blockchain technology and the next level of Web3 that's ushering in access for things that we probably weren't able to even consider before. Therefore, even small investors can take advantage and access the market. That's what Team Achieve is all about. How can I help anybody and everybody to get into those rooms? And this is where we start. Now, I know you're saying Visa. Yeah, Visa actually has a blockchain division. Isn't blockchain technology and cryptocurrency the antithesis of Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover? No. If you can't beat them, join them. That's how it's working, right? So on Crypto Slate, there's an article, Visa unveils Web3 loyalty platform, allowing brands to create custom branded crypto wallets. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I can tell you that when I went in and looked at that article, it wasn't just about that. They were talking about, and I didn't want to bring all that stuff on and just have more and more and more. So that's why I'm just giving you a quick, snapshot that yes, Visa is in the game. They actually had a little video promo, and they showed that you can have Visa, you can select to earn tokens on their loyalty program, which is run by another company called BlockV, right? And they actually are in the Web3 digital space. And yes, you can earn tokens through that particular process by using your Visa card. They showed an example where a person used their Visa card going through the airport, and they were able to get credits by scanning a QR code, right? Scanning the QR code, which was obviously sponsored by Visa, and they were able to go ahead and take some time in the first class lounge until their flight was ready, just because they used their Visa card, and they're using Web3, right? Which is literally ushered in by the artificial intelligence, ushered in by blockchain, all the emerging technologies, and now, boom, we end up with Web3. We can talk about the difference between Web 1, 2, and 3. We can talk about, 5G. We can talk about 4, 3, 2, 1, LTE, all that stuff. But that's not what we're here for, right? I know somebody says Web 3. Wait a minute. What was Web 1 and 2? Don't worry about it. Let it go, right? You're in Web 2 right now. We're trying to get you to Web 3. So it's good stuff, right? So I just wanted to get you to a point where you understand that this technology, when we talk about these platforms, when we're talking about what's happening in the space today, where you're putting money in and earning something out, that's just the tip of the iceberg. After you earn that, after you get on a path of earning and earning and earning, what happens next? what happens next, right? What happens next? So that's really what I want to convey. Okay, great. All right. So what are we going to dig into today? Like I said, we got special guests on deck. Coach Adams, he came in, crushed it, started us off right. What does team achieve? We're going to talk about the benefits of being a part of the program. We're going to talk about education. We're going to, actually, that's coming after the projects. And but before all of that, we're going to have another guest come on in a few minutes. But I do want to set the stage. Karen, she knocked it out the park. So I'm not going to really talk much about Team Achieve because she has actually given you a snapshot of what Team Achieve is and what we do. So you really got that at the beginning. So I'll scan over that real quick when I go to that slide. But I want to get to our next speaker. That's why I'm excited. Look, I got my schedule over here, and I'm going to try to stay on point. Looks like 11:30 my time. Boom, new guest. So that right there, man, I'm so excited. I'm ready to get it on. Let's see. So we're gonna talk about the new gateway. There's a new gateway. So for Team Achieve, there's a new gateway. There's something that a lot of you, in order to get, and this was designed to give you a taste of what's coming. We did set up the website, and so I want people to go to the website to see here's what goes on, right? If you're interested in something that we're doing, then you can pick a category. You choose a category, and that's going to basically send an email out, and then I'll happily reply. Now, if you continue, you can set up an account with our forum, and you can stay updated on things that's going on. I'll be posting things in the forum, and in addition to that, it'll take you to the next page, which is called my Team Achieve link. So that Team Achieve Prosperity link links you to all the programs, and then you'll get full descriptions of what we are actually invested in. And if you choose to take part in any, then you will have an actual consultation before you make a decision, right? So all of that is part of the new gateway to the Team Achieve Prosperity Club.